just from a perspective of, I started hindsight, I had a lot of hindsight because now I started thinking like, I missed something, but everywhere I went, I wound up going to, I would take Jordan was highly recruited, so we had been to 30 of these easily. 30, 25, 30. And all I ever did was sit in the stands like you all are doing as a passive observer. Never saw a safety tent. Not saying he didn't have one, but nobody really explained to parents that they were in. Didn't know what an emergency action plan was. Not saying he didn't have one, but nobody ever explained it to a parent. If a cold water tub fell out the sky and hit me in the head, I wouldn't have had a clue what it was, right? Not saying he didn't have one, but nobody had ever explained that to us as parents. So, as we kind of went on, and when we started the foundation 3 days after Jordan passed, the big thing for me was, we need to educate parents on what I didn't know. And that was one of the questions I asked myself walking down that hallway as well. If I don't know these things, how many other parents in America don't know these things? I didn't know any statistics or how many kids had passed as a result of heat-related injuries or just deaths in regards to sports in general. Didn't know any of this stuff at the time, but this was just how my mind was clicking at the time. As I mentioned, we started the foundation 3 days after Jordan passed, and our mission at the time was really self-advocacy, awareness, education, and prevention of heat-related injuries. Because I'm thinking, I didn't teach Jordan to really speak up around adults if he felt uncomfortable. I told him he was coachable. Whatever coach said to do, that's the right thing to do. Coach say run through that brick wall, you do it. Coach say jump off that cliff, you do it. No. I tell kids nowadays, unless coach did it first and he ran first, then you make your own decision at the point. But I just always told Jordan coach was always right. And another thing was, I always told coaches were medical professionals. Coaches aren't doctors. There won't be a coach that's gonna save your kid, I'm just gonna tell you. Maybe if they're educated on some things. So as we evolved throughout the years, one of the big things for us was, if only a cold water tub had been on the field that day, we wouldn't be here, right? Yeah and no. Right? A cold water tub without a practice emergency action plan, that would be the key, but all of these things you'll learn about today would be really the thing. We donated hundreds of cold water tubs those first couple years, and then I got smart because we would donate these big Rubbermaid tubs. They're like feeding troughs, but the thing is they're bulky, you can't really carry them around, they're just really more stationary. And Rubbermaid, it was a Rubbermaid tub, and when I tell you a logistical nightmare, it was a nightmare, wasn't it? and this is the funny story around it. I'll keep it quick. But we did our very first sports clinic here. We were literally in this gym. It rained. We had hundreds of kids downstairs. We had the whole team come down downstairs. So the kids were in the gym, and all the parents were up here. And we were right there. We were on that side using those bleachers. And we had such a good turnout. And we had a smaller version of this inflatable tub. And the next day, I'm feeling it. We just did our very first golf tournament, and so we had some funding and or some funds. And I made a post on Facebook. I'm thinking, I know it was Facebook, and I said, hey, if you need a cold water tub, reach out to the Jordan McNair Foundation. And the phone just started ringing. Now I know what happened. Somebody probably reposted it on Twitter, right? And the phone, we were getting calls from all over. We had 100 orders, probably 100 requests in the first week. We heard you were giving away tubs or whatever, and I probably had 2 tubs from the event. We were donating them then. I had 2 tubs, and I called these people back, and I said, hey, I need 100 of those tubs. And they was like, but I need them for the discount price, Jeff. And they were like, we can't give you a stock for that. So I drove up to Pennsylvania and got these tubs, and it was like, that was the first 100. And I just need to see one thing where they got them from. Like, okay, y'all manufacturing them here. So I started the process, but we started donating the Rubbermaids. And we found out a system where if whatever your zip code was, we would send you to the closest Tractor Supply store. We would buy the tub and you just picked it up. And imagine we did that across the nation, hundreds of tubs later. But the point that I was making was Rubbermaid really never supported the Jordan McNair Foundation. The ease and functionality and accessibility of a tub versus can it go off-site? No. Most people can't carry that big tub. So we created something that I wasn't the inventor of this particular tub, but the thing was I made it bigger for linemen, Jordan size, University of Maryland player size, where they could get into it. Most of us look like we all of age. In school they taught us if it's a fire, stop, drop, and roll. So with heat-related injuries, it's always cool first, transport second. So that's how we got here 7 years later. This is our 7th year. We missed the COVID year, so this is why this is our sixth Jordan McNair Foundation. We take it around. Because a lot of times we did it here, this is our second Second time doing it here, we did it at Morgan State University 2 times. And then one of the things that I started seeing was because we partner with a lot of people. Like, how can they come in and they got hundreds of people, and it's like they started taking their clinic to the program overall. So it's like, hey, if you're the Columbia Ravens, we're going to go right into the Columbia Ravens, and that way we'll get them. Last year, one of the things that we like to do, we like to go into communities where they're resourceless in a sense. So last year we did Harford County at the Edgewood High School. Not that they're resourceless. However, we did do Dorchester County at Eastern Shore. So not really a lot of resources, but very, very appreciative. And when people tell you that, hey, Dorchester is a better place because of the Jordan McNair Foundation, that's ideal for us. So as we go along, we met some really, really great partners along the way. And the interesting thing, partner-wise, unfortunately, they share the same passion that we share, just due to a painful experience and just how to turn pain into passion. So a lot of that as well. So who's going first?
You go.
Got it. So our partner here is the Bailey Bullock Foundation.